What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be checking Horizon Zero Dawn running on my laptop, on my gaming laptop. My laptop comes with RTX 3066 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes of RAM, Ryzen 5600H, 6 core 12 threads, and this game is running at 1440p ultra settings, and yeah, it runs pretty well, around 60 frames per second at ultra settings at 1440p. Not too bad. Obviously there's some frame rate dips here and there, so we can actually play with some settings to lower the settings to get the better performance, but generally speaking, yeah, it's not too bad. As you can see, it's using ultra settings for everything, and I'm using DLSS quality mode, so we can always use balance mode, for example. Performance as well, but performance mode takes too much heat. The image quality takes too much heat, so I wouldn't recommend using it, to be honest with you. And yeah, I mean, it's close to 60 frames per second. I guess if we lower the lower the settings a little bit to like high, for example, and let's just save it, that should help the performance a little bit. As you can see, the number of frames went up a little bit. Also remember that I'm recording this gameplay on my laptop that I'm running the game on as well, so now, obviously it will take some of the resources. So, you know, without
the rocks, I will show you how to use them.
Without me recording the gameplay, I would probably be getting like 3-4 frames per second more. The game is quite good looking. I actually like it. If I were to compare it to like a PlayStation 4 version or even PlayStation 5 version, the game looks better graphics wise, because like even anisotropic filtering is much better, because that was the most annoying thing on PlayStation 4, even PlayStation 5 as well, because PlayStation 5 uses PlayStation 4 Pro version, and it just runs it at 60 frames per second. But over here there's no filtering line there, and as you can see, it's running way above 60 frames per second at high settings with DLSS. I guess we can try to switch to FSR, AMD Fidelity Super Resolution, and see how that goes. Let's switch to Fidelity FX. Let's use Ultra Quality, because with FSR I wouldn't really recommend anything else. The image quality is still good, and yeah, it runs pretty well as well. So it's not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, this game is full of details, and I like it. The lighting is pretty good. The game overall looks very good, despite the fact that this is like a 5 years old game now. I think the game was released back in 2017, I think, if I remember correctly. I might be actually wrong on that. Let's check the reflections. By the way, there's no ray tracing over here, so you know, I think they are using cube maps, because actually there's SSR over here, I think. Anyway, it doesn't matter, right? I'm not really an expert on like reflections and that kind of stuff, but that game don't support ray tracings for sure, so I wouldn't really worry about that. And shadows looks nice. Ambient occlusion is much better. I think that's one of the reasons why the game actually looks better as well. It's not like such a plain skybox. Looks a bit weird, like low quality, I think. But I mean, playing the game, you don't really necessarily look up in the skies, right? So that's not really a major issue over here. Um, I can drop the settings to medium just for fun. Original. So original, these are settings that PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro runs at. So let's check these settings and see how well this game is going to run. But you know what, even original settings, these original settings seems to have higher anisotropic filtering. Because like I remember clearly playing that game on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 even. Because like I said, PlayStation 5 he runs this game at backwards compatibility. So some settings still seems to be a bit higher. But now we can actually get up to like even 80 frames per second, right? So, you know, obviously it makes a difference. But now we've got way more pop-in. Not sure if you noticed. But it's not too bad. The game still looks good, even in like originals with original settings. If we go back and favor, yeah, let's try that out. You know what? It's not too bad, even in low settings. I mean, you know, still looks good. Still looks decent, and the frame rate is much better as well. If I add, you know, just to fool around, let's just use performance mode in FSR. Let's see. Look, I can now. The game is running at like over 100 frames per second. Yeah, but the game doesn't look good now because like there's pop-in, the image quality is poor as you can see. So yeah, you know what? Let's try DLSS at the lowest settings. NVIDIA DLSS performance, ultra performance. Why not? Yeah, the only. So DLSS is not as performant, but the image quality is much better. I mean, the game is soft, but it's not. Yeah, there was a lot of artifacting when you use FSR at the performance mode. Like, guys, generally speaking, I don't recommend anyone using FSR at the lower settings. Ultra quality or quality, that's the lowest I would say you can go. Let's run it at favor quality. The game will look much better. The image quality it's still a soft image, but yeah, now the game still looks good. Yeah, you know what? Those guys that say that resolution doesn't matter, you know, guys, like, shut up. I think that actually resolution makes a big difference because everything is nice and sharp. You can have the highest quality ever running and stuff, right? But if your resolution is low, you won't even see those details, those extra details that GPU is rendering, because you know all you get is a blurry mess, right? So guys, listen, I just wanted to give you just to show you how this game looks and run on my laptop. I think that these gaming laptops are a good alternative right now, because they are not too expensive. Like, I bought this laptop for like $1,200, equivalent of $1,200, because I bought it here in Poland, so I paid in Polish zlotys, of course. So $1,200 for like a full machine where you get CPU, you get a CPU, 6-core 12 threads, RTX 3060 with DLSS, 16 gigabytes of RAM, you get NVMe SSD. So and that's all for $1,200, and you can play the latest games at 1080p, 1440p even with DLSS and stuff. So yeah, I mean, why not? So guys, that's the video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoy that kind of content, consider subscribing, share the video on social media. That helps the channel a lot. And guys, I'll see you in the next one.
Aloy,
Take care.
come now.